Hey, welcome back to the show, and today I want to do a comparison between the F2 and the F1. These are both Chamonix cameras. The F2 is the newer model, which is replacing the F1, and there's a minimal changes which I showed you on the unboxing video, but I want to show you one against the other because a lot of people are probably in the market for maybe buying one or the other. You can buy the new F2, or you can go forward and buy the older secondhand F1. So first thing I made on the video is the differences on the knobs. As you can see, the Chamonix F2 has two knobs. So the inside knobs are for rising and fall. And in this camera, it's this one whole knob does the rise and fall. Then we also have the exterior knob in this camera, which you liberate, and there's a 0 position, and that will be for the tilt on the front standard. And on this camera, to be able to do that, first there's two locks on the bottom which we have to unblock and push inwards in that direction, and then we have to unlock the top outside knobs. So what happens is, as you can see now, rise and fall and tilt is all managed with that one wheel. So my little trick is to kind of semi-tighten it and then play around with a tilt. So I will get the rise and fall I want and then put them a little stronger and be able to just control that tilt depending on how much I want. When you want to go back to 0, you're going to have to unlock that, push these little locks on the bottom till it controls. The only other differences I've seen are basically aesthetical. One is the side of the back standard is a little eaten into, basically to allocate the extra knobs on the front. So here you can see this is the F1, the older version. You can see there's no cutout. And on the F2, you can see the little slight cutout here. So that's the difference aesthetically. And also something else that I noticed is, if you can see, when you want to put this wheel, which is the rear extension, and here it is, on the F1, there was no indicator for that. So basically you would have to kind of place it in a place when you fold it, it won't protrude and annoy you to close it. But on the F2 now, you see that little silver dot? That's basically where you want to have it. So that's basically indicating where you want to align your knob when you're tightening it so it's able to fold easily. So that's basically the main differences you have on the Chamonix F1 versus the F2. I'm going to bring a weight out so you guys can check it out and see if there's any extra weight. The camera right now is set up in the same way. We have a Fresnel screen, we have the back protector just in case, and no lens, nothing else, just the normal universal bellows and the protector. So let's give it a quick weight. I'm going to give the weight in grams. I'll try to convert it on the screen for those who are not using grams, but grams has worked for me so far. Now we have here, it says 0 grams. We're going to weigh the older F1 first. It comes to 1,532 grams. And the newer F2, 1,552 grams. So there's basically very little difference, which is probably the extra weight of the double knobs, and the front standard has a bit of a plate on the side to allocate that new movement or its separate movement, and that's not a big deal. Both both cameras take the same Linhof lens boards, as you can see here, and same thing with the F1, so that doesn't change at all. There we go. So here we have it with a 65, here we have it with a 300, but basically this is the camera setup. They both work exactly the same, just the front standard has that little difference. So the focusing knobs, which are in the back here and here, one on the F1 turns clockwise to advance and focus closer, and on the F2, it turns anti-clockwise. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.